For generations, the United States military held absolute authority over what happened in the sky. If an unexplainable event was captured on a sensor or a radar screen, that data was immediately classified and locked away in a secure vault. That total grip on information ended abruptly in February of 2026. President Donald Trump signed a massive transparency initiative known as the Pursue Directive. The immediate result was a sprawling data dump. On May 8th, the Pentagon released a batch of 162 previously secret files documenting unidentified anomalous phenomena straight to the public. The scale of this declassification was massive. The documents reached all the way back to 1969, including private debriefs where Apollo 11 astronaut Buzz Aldrin described tracking a sizable object near the lunar surface. But the file that captured the world's attention didn't come from space. It came from a 2013 recording by U.S. Central Command in the Middle East. The footage is only 5 seconds long, recorded on a military-grade infrared camera. It shows a glowing, misshapen ball of white light, distinctly structured like an 8-pointed star. It pulses with intense heat, leaves a thermal trail, and then entirely vanishes from the sensor. When the government drops 5 seconds of bizarre military footage onto the internet without an official conclusion, it creates an absolute vacuum of truth. The public immediately scrambled to fill it. The search for answers produced 3 main suspects. Suspect number 1 is an advanced extraterrestrial craft. To an untrained observer, the alternating arms of the star and its immense heat output look exactly like an otherworldly propulsion system. But the conversation quickly spiraled past science fiction into suspect number 2, an ancient celestial entity. Online forums erupted with a much darker historical theory. This reached the highest levels of government. Representative Anna Paulina Luna even posted cryptic messages validating the historical connection directly from the halls of Congress. The internet became convinced the video showed an Ophanim. According to ancient biblical texts, specifically the visions of Ezekiel, these are a terrifying class of angels. They are described not as humans with wings, but as massive, interlocking fiery wheels covered in eyes that dart through the sky. When you place the ancient texts next to the newly released military footage, the visual similarities between those multi-armed, fiery wheels and the glowing anomaly are undeniably eerie. The speed at which society jumped from an unexplained military recording straight to ancient biblical theology highlights a deep human instinct. When faced with scientific unknowns, we project divine meaning onto them. That brings us to suspect number 3 and the forensic counterargument. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former director of the Pentagon's Anomaly Resolution Office, stepped in to offer a strictly mechanical explanation. He pointed out that the terrifying celestial shape was highly likely the mundane exhaust from a conventional jet engine. To see how an engine becomes an angel, we look at the physics of a diffraction pattern. This animated diagram shows exactly what happens. A circular source of intense heat emits concentric energy waves toward a curved camera lens profile. As those incoming energy waves strike the internal structure of the lens, they physically warp. The intense heat refracts drastically, splitting the single circular heat signature into multiple outward stretching beams. By the time those splitting beams resolve onto the camera's flat sensor grid, they have constructed a perfect optical illusion. The resulting image is a stark, high-contrast 8-pointed star with alternating arm lengths, an exact match for the Syrian anomaly. Modern military optics are so advanced that they can mechanically distort mundane reality into seemingly impossible shapes. Expert forensic analysis is required to keep complex sensor data from fueling runaway pseudoscience. Yet, despite having a definitive scientific explanation of an optical illusion, the internet flatly rejected the physics. The myth had already won. The Pursue Directive created a unique paradox. Dismantling the classified vault removed the military's monopoly on information, but it also stripped away the guardrails of expert analysis, leaving the public to navigate a flood of raw, contextless data. We now live in a fractured reality where highly technical military data, heated political rhetoric, and ancient theology are blended into a single ongoing debate. The Syrian footage is just a single entry in a much larger ledger. With 161 other files now circulating, the sky is being remapped by public imagination. The 2026 data dump exposes a profound fragility in our shared reality. It demonstrates how quickly we trade physics for mythology the moment the static starts to look like something divine.
Like, share, and comment. Subscribe.